Hello friends, I'm Colonel Failure. This is Transport Fever 2 and you are currently experiencing the Metropolis. We're heading towards the Raving Citadel at the moment, which frankly doesn't make any sense as a name, but I chose it in the spirit of the moment, and the spirit of the moment was clearly just, you know, out of its tiny little mind. We're still working on Asgard's, the big project, quote unquote, big quote unquote project. That is the goal of this season, and therefore we shall get to that presently. I'm just waiting for a nice enough shot to kind of go, yeah, this will do as an intro. Wait for it. Hang on, if I now look over there, yeah, this will do as an intro. Looming, flaming skyscrapers, children. It's marvellous. I love it. There's a wall. Okay, well, good. We must be nearly there by now. We're doing 100 and change, and we're about to merge onto the line. Oh yeah. I'm getting PTSD flashbacks now of trying to get this line to merge cleanly. Look at that though, smooth. We might as well go all the way to the station, and then I'll show you the profit that this is knocking out, and then we'll stroll on. Right? Okay. All right. Give it a tick. We're almost there. There's another train. Look. Yeah, that's what I'm in. I'm in one of those. How's it looking? Anytime. Come on. I've got thrilling narrative to get into, and another unwieldy building project. Is anyone getting off at all? Yeah. We kicked off about 30 odd there. As you can see, train's making a profit, which means that all the trains are making a profit. Everything is golden, and I'm pushing 10 billion in the bank. Everything is very gold. Everything is platinum. Right, back to Asgard. Now, there is a perilously small number of services using Asgard at the moment. 2. Well, 2's never going to cut the mustard, is it? No, it is not. So we need to go somewhere else. And today, I'm going to Gotham City. Yep, that's where we go. Have I thought this through? No. We're going to do a city double bill. We're going to do a stop off in Emerald City along the way before heading through the mountains. It will be a tunnel unless cheeky bridges present themselves as, why not consider this? And then I'll probably try and swerve it so that we hook in and come around Los Santos before then heading into Gotham City, where I'm going to try and make sense of this bizarro station that I've got going on, because it looks like it's a fine and dandy station, but then 2 of these tracks are for freight and they don't stop here, and theoretically and realistically, theory has nothing to do with it, shouldn't be stopping here anyway. So I think a little bit of stationary manipulation is going to be in our future anyway. Have I planned this out at all? Only in as much as what I've just told you. So no, not really. We're off, and I'm going to be bulldozing a lot of the town as we go. So let's pause it on up so that the AI doesn't get any funny ideas while I do magnificent things in a magnificent way. I think what I want is round about here. Now, I also don't like that this is going uphill, so I'm gonna kill quite a lot of this to carve me out a massive amount of space that I will then smooth. To a small, if not large degree, and then sorry, I have my fingers in the wrong place on the keyboard. And then we'll make it work. Okay, yeah. See, look, this lump, I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling that lump at all. Well, you should feel the lump, and then if it feels dubious, you should go see a doctor. Right, do some of this. See, look, that's sort of better, and then it's worse, but it is sort of better. What are we doing? Are you now Bob Rossing the flipping Transport Fever, where you kind of go like, yeah, I know it looks rubbish at the moment, but give me a minute and I'll talk about happy little trees or some such, and then you'll go, oh, he's made something that looks all right. Yeah, I know. That's the approach that I'm taking. No. Look, Bob Ross. Everybody loves Bob Ross, right? I could do with that kind of public adoration. So let's give it. You've now knackered your flat bit. Well, that's what they all say. Right, a two form station. I'm going to stick with the vanilla station. I'm so old that I don't need to muck around with stations other than Johnny Vanilla. Right, and then we will stick that on there. Right, does it look good? No. All right, I will stick that over here. Right, and then I will do some roadworks. You haven't even looked at the alignment. No, that's the way it's going to go. All right, and then I will look at things and go, I see how it needs to progress. Now, this junction here at some point needs to offer the facility for people to change onto whatever track pleases them the most. Currently, it doesn't. Later, it will need to. So when I've finished mucking about with all of this capering that I've got going on, everybody who is currently this end or that end will find themselves homeless as I get to work over there. So that's spoilers, I suppose, to a degree. Right. Well, how are you going to make this work? You're going to carve through on a vague diagonal the grid. Yep. Yeah, and rather than try and do an over or under or any of that, I'm going through. You know, it'll work better as an elevated section, right? I've done that already. I did that in Ironforge and it was good. It was very likeable and I rather enjoyed it. So I reiterate the point, why don't you just do that again? Because you've got to figure out a way of getting all of these roads to go over the top of your... I was going to say cockamamie, and I don't think that's necessarily the wrong word, but cockamamie track building is what we're doing. Yeah. Now, if you're going to make this work, you need enough of a forward thrust to pretty much guarantee that and keep it on the flat, that a ladder-infused convoluted junctioning setup isn't going to be a disaster. Actually, if you stay on the flat here, we could stay in a gully, thus making bridges somewhat more viable. Is that what you had in mind? No. Well, that's what the guy... It could work. Could work. I'm not sure about this ledge you've got going on there. That's what we're going to have to do. That's the approach that it wants me to take, so that's the approach that I'm going to take. I think some further groundworks here will probably be required, but further groundworks are rather inevitable at this point. So we'll just punch this through, and then go from there. This is what I like to call the "so you've got 10 billion in the bank" problem. And the "so you've got 10 billion in the bank" problem is you no longer care about, you've got to demolish 20 million quid's worth of city. You kind of go, yeah. So you just do. Yeah. Life's better with a little bit of risk involved. But at this stage, risk has for the most part left the building. Do you not want to think about the approach to the mountains a little bit more? No. This is a perfectly sound approach. I think we might work back the other way. I was liking the looks of this, though, you see. I think there's an opportunity for a bridge going on in there. Yeah, but you see, if Los Santos is your plan, then said bridge is going to lead you out here, whereby you're going to what? Curve round? That's a money loser. That is a surefire way to just hemorrhage cash from this route. I mean, as we look at this lot, going this way, this is the sensible way to go, is carve through there in a tunnel, come round, either go round the edge of Los Santos or straight through the middle, before working round onto the line. There's nothing unholy about that, but it just leads to a bit of boring track. Now, is there not an argument to be made for, you know what, having a bit of boring track now isn't a bad thing, because it will afford you the... This is a means to an end, right? And the end in question is Asgard has a phenomenal amount of traffic. Oh, right. I am going to go straight through the tunnel. I'm going to go straight for a tunnel. Why? Because it's a means to an end, and what we're targeting is Asgard has a phenomenal amount of traffic. And therefore, having a fairly boring crowfly route as part of that mix is okay. Because if this route is profitable and lots of people want to use it, I can put more trains on it, thereby ensuring that Asgard gets more trains. Do I want to punch it out the other side of Asgard as well? The way you're setting it up at the moment is that Asgard is a terminus in 2 directions. Your point being, it's not a through station, right? And you are going to want some of your services to go through, if nothing else, for a bit of variety. You've raised a valid point. Today is not the day for that point to be addressed. Okay, right, coming in here. See what I mean? See, look at this. It's just disgraceful, just absolutely ruining a perfectly viable bit of city. Yeah, but then I get to do some road building, and that's always that's a cheery moment for all of us. And we end up with something that looks like, roads. If you get a nice bridge or two in the way when you're done, then so much the better. Right, there's another station for you. I'm going to need to tart some of these stations up a little bit, but that's okay. You could probably single track this, You reckon? No. I want to be able to maintain the possibility of multiple trains. And if I can run 8 trains down this section, it's just a random number that I picked out of my head. If I can run 8 trains in this direction, I flipping will, and therefore they will be bunched up quite a lot. So shut up. Right. Yes. Right. We now want to think about where we're going next. Part of me says elevate this, stay elevated, and rock and roll in. The obvious place for this to go is going to be on a new platform out there, which is not obvious, but it is convenient. Instead, I think, unfortunately, I'm going to have to relay the track approach to this station in order to turn a third platform into a hidey hole. Or we go down this side, that'll work, and shuffle the station buildings along a bit. Oh, yeah, that'll work. Okay, all right, okay, yeah. In which case, carry on. Yeah, keep going as is. This is all working more or less as needed. Right, now do the second track. Yeah, you haven't actually connected this up to your previous bit yet. Now give it a minute. Right, so we were going to take the outside lane first, because then we shall simply bolt on to what's going on there. Now, I don't know about you, but I do know about me. And what I like is where, if you're trundling on your train track here, and then all of a sudden, Johnny Other Train is running along in parallel with you, you kind of go, oh, that's exciting. It's my favourite bit coming out of Waterloo as you approach Battersea, where you've got multiple trains all peeling off in multiple different directions. Now, obviously, this is meaningless to you if you're not a Waterloo regular. I'm not a Waterloo regular anymore. I used to be, but these days I never have to go near the place, and frankly, that's a good thing. Right, get rid of those. Is this track going to be long enough? Oh yeah, easy. You could probably get one of those Virgins that you had a moment ago landing in there. Equally, I could just blat up this way a little bit. There you go, blatted. Oh yeah, yes, this is totally going to work. All right, okay, let's give it some. You know what you need? Now that I'm looking at track speed limits, I need a section of track that is purposefully slow. One of my favourite things that I've ever built, I think, was the original Metropolis series, back in Transport Fever 1, where... What are you doing? I'm just trying to find some track. Well, just find some track and place it in the game. Doesn't matter. It's 200 kilometres an hour, which is more than you need. But slap this in along here. You were saying... Oh, yeah, thank you. One of my favourite things was the big approach during the Steam era, where I had loads of trains coming in and out of the station, but I'd speed restricted it to like 30, 40 kilometres an hour, and therefore you'd just see stuff moving gently along, and that was great. I really liked that. How do you feel about that? I feel pretty good about it. Yeah, so do I. Okay, let's... don't say so do I like I'm a different person. You're the same person talking to yourself. Yeah, I'm not even trying to do it as an illusion. These days, I legitimately talk to myself as though I'm two people. What's that all about? I don't think I'm having a crisis of anything other than the usual level of crises that I face, but at the same time, you've got to keep an eye on this stuff. Kind of go, hold on, have I become unhinged? And you kind of go, well, I mean, you were always borderline. Yeah, no, but I don't feel any more unhinged than I have been recently. What's that for? Just in case. Do it now and then don't repent it later, you know. Right. Okay, so look, I could have done this as some kind of fabulous fly over, duck under, fly over, land on that side, and you'd have gone, ooh. But I think we've already established that in today's escapade, what we're actually chasing is just something that works, something practical, and where are we? We're coming up on 20 minutes in, and therefore I shall invest more time in the salvaging of cities that I have ruined along the way, which is the title of my autobiography. Right, come on in here. Well, we hate that as a corner. Yeah, but we do get a bit of cheeky bridge there. And it's in the slow down, speed up section, so where's the problem? Look, cheeky bridge, cheeky tunnel, platform. What's not to love? I mean, this is everything that you want out of life. Okay, right, well, give me some of that and a bit of this. Yeah, no. Okay. I should like the arch thing more, but I just don't. I think the... Why are you going so high? I just seems to be the mood that I'm in. I think the overall problem... No, not even problem. I think... Just get the thought out, dude. I think... The little archy stuff, there we go, is better suited to single span jobs, right? So if you've got a road bridge going over some stuff, that kind of thing. Done. Apart from all of the road routes that I've broken, how many is that? Lots. No, one. Only one. Okay. Oh, that could have been worse. Right. Next one is fleeing some signals. Right. One way it. Choose the standard agreeable signal format. Done. Why have you got a red signal? It defaults to red. Okay, of course it does. Yeah. All right, stick one. No, don't stick one there. I think we're going to build a tunnel underneath that. Or we might, turn it into a bridge, that kind of thing. Right. Give that one a partner. Yeah. And then you just want some mergey type signals here. Yes. Right, you stay there. You're going to want some mergey type signals coming this way. Stick one there. Yeah. Stick one here parallel with that. Right. And that should be sufficient to handle whatever feels like happening over there. Okay, right. Trot on up the line. We're into the spacing signals section. Right, this is for capacity, if capacity is a thing that I'm allowed. Or rather, if capacity is a thing that is warranted. We'll stick one just before the station on both sides. And then here we go. Now, you're going to need a crossover at that end if you're going to be running in both directions, which you are, and there is no through track going on. All of this that I'm building now, yeah, it's not going to go the distance. We're going to be changing this up a lot. I think when there are maybe two more routes that make use of Asgard, and whatever route I build next, in fact, both of the aforementioned upcoming routes are going to need a... I'm just doing that. I would just do that if it was going to play ball. Hang on, we'll come the other way. I'm just doing that. Does that feed it onto the right line? Yep. But only if it's the right line. Okay, well, look, do a bit of this as well, and then you've got options. There you are. Yeah, all of this. Yeah, good. That wasn't the point you were going to make. No, the point I was going to make was the next two lines that I lay in going into Asgard are going to be more... They're going to be through lines. Sorry, I'm only tenuously keeping a grasp on what it is I'm trying to talk about. Right then, let's talk roads. I've come up with a scheme, and the scheme is I'm going to bash in roads that make this work, and then I'm going to spend the time to make them look glorious, and we'll kick off the next encounter with a little review of what I've made. Because I want to spend some time on it. Just, if we're going for make it work, don't worry about ugly. Oh, but I always worry about ugly. I don't always do anything about it, but I always, it always concerns me, even if only slightly. But I think there is a clear need for at least some of these city centres that I'm knocking out actually looking kind of good. And at the moment, they're all looking kind of, get out of the way! And that's not necessarily a good thing. Let's put a station entrance on this side. And then just slap in any old bit of road. I'm going to remodel all of this. We're going for function, right? Just pure function, and then I'll do some loveliness. You've set yourself an agenda there. I mean, that's going to keep you amused. I think amused might be too strong a description. Right, we've ruined all of this. None of the traffic can now reach where it wanted to go or where it had been going previously. Let's put in a skinny bit of bridge here and see if that works out at all. Bosh, yes. Right, now's a chance for do some. There you go, a little hoopy crossing. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. No, it's plenty tall enough. It's fine. This is why you built in a gully. Remember? Well, I think I built in a gully because it was being suggested to me, and I kind of went, oh yeah, all right, yeah, I can probably do that. It was going to be equally easy, but it isn't. Okay, all right, fine. That's all right. Yeah, we can do things. I mean, if nothing else, I can always bulldoze this bit of road. Why don't you just leave it at 1 for now? And then when you do your glamorous, in inverted commas, makeover. You're putting a lot of things in inverted commas today. I'm in that kind of mood. Why don't you do a bit of that? Yeah, give it some of this. I mean, the other thing you could do is, if you genuinely don't care, just do level crossings, dude. Oh, no, I'm not going to stoop that low. I'll stoop low. Don't get me wrong, I'm never... That's horrendous. Good. Right, that one's done. Yeah, that's the other thing you could do is just declare victory. Just going to go finished, and then move on with your life. No, I have an enthusiastic and demanding audience of transit. I was going to go with aficionados, but I don't think it's strong enough. Transit sommelier, and they are they spit them into a bucket. Yes. And they are very demanding when it comes to what is this you have built, because they switch to a vaguely European accent when critiquing the construction of bad roads, which is that's my hip hop name. Right, okay, get around there, and I'm going to put one of those in. This is it's temporary. Okay, I promise you, I will come back and make this look less ugh. Because at the moment, temporary. It will look less ugh sometime in the future, possibly, and therefore just embrace the wildness of it all and kind of go, whoo, what a ride! Yes, what a ride indeed. And we should all be grateful that we've been invited to take what's going on there. No, that's not allowed. There you go. Do it. That's rather countered the fact that I left that other bit straight, but hey ho, come through there, hook onto that. Right. It's temporary. I'm going to fix it. Oh, you better do. Look, seriously, even though this is I know you're. Look, I think the kids at home have kind of worked out that you're a bit pushed for time. I am a little bit pushed for time. I know this is going to end up being a 30-minute video rather than my usual hour, but I do want to get it done. Look, your choices were simple, friends, right? It's either you take the somewhat shoddy 30-minute effort or nothing. You kind of, I'll go with the shoddy 30-minute. I thought you might. Had a feeling. Right, let's rehook up this this bus route. Hello there. Right, what on earth is going on there? Well, you have brutally butchered the track. Right, this is Los Santos branch, mansion line. Los Santos branch here, yeah. Then goes to West Street, which is there. Ah, so it would be convenient then for me to go and there you go. Look, that's worked out nice. Whoa, no, hold on. We're still doing a little lap of the area just to kind of go. Oh, I'm having a lovely day. Why is it doing that? Because you've probably done something stupid. You've gone from Windsor Road. Where the heck is that? It's over there. Okay. To Los Santos branch, then back to Windsor. You've done a figure 8. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, fine. Right, in that case, find West Street again. West Street, yeah. Which is there. Yeah, and then you go to Church Lane. Yeah. And then you go Springfield. Yes. Then you go Main Road. Yes. Then you go Park Lane. Yep. Then Windsor Road. Yes. And then we're on the return leg. Right, so switch up the bus stop. Will do. And then from Los Angeles, yes, Windsor Road. West Street, yes, add that bad boy there. Right. Okay, the figure 8 remains. We've just got the wrong type of bus stop. Good. You know where the bus stop should be? Yes, I do. You know where it isn't? Yes. Maybe tweak this as part of your overall tweakings? Yes. Okay. Stick in a just put in a basic. Put in a Bobby basic here, and it'll figure itself out. Okay. You possibly want a couple more buses on there, but I'm not going to hold you to it. Not for the moment. Right. That's perfect. Okay. Right now, when we come into here, nothing really needs doing. Oh well, that's a delight. Oh, do you mean we're done? I think we might be. Okay, then it's train ride time. It is. It does look like train ride time, doesn't it? Okay, now all you've got to do is find a depot that is compatible with this route that you have set up. Yeah, have I got one over here? I think I set one. There we go. You'll do. Right then. Do you want to set the route up first? Right then. Yeah. So I apologise for being just ever so slightly all over the place. You know, I'm having this originate in Los Santos. What? No, you're not. I'm having this originate in Gotham City. There you go. Right, Gotham, Santo. What? No, it's okay. It's because you're not. It's trying to go back on itself. And then Emerald City, and Asgard, and Emerald City, and Los Santos. Now it's a 4-stopper, but but 2 of the stops are very close to other stops, and therefore this is not necessarily going to work splendidly. I'm still calling it the Los Santos Flyer. Okay, yeah. Do you want to spell it with a Y or an I? Well, I think you're allowed to go either way, aren't you? Say yes, move on. If you don't scrutinise it too heavily, it doesn't invite comments from people that look it up in dictionaries and the internet. Yeah, but there'll be other people that just know the answer already. Well, stuff those guys. Yeah, what do we need from them? Generosity and forbearance. Generosity and forbearance. Where are we starting this train from? I had a depot picked out, but I seem to have lost it. It was just before a river crossing. Yes, it was. But it's clearly not on this end. Go down to Asgrad. Yeah, it's just before this river crossing. Oh, it's over here. Right, okay. All right, train. What should we have today? Right, we sported the 381, and I am tempted to do it again in a different livery. But at the same time, now this 456 might be a good spin. It's slightly slower and got lower capacity. Therefore, I could either double them up, which I'm always a fan of, or just run loads on them. I think doubling it up is the way to go. Give me multiple units, please. Just all of them. All the multi-units. Right. We have used the 104 excessively. We've used the 421 excessively. We've used the 150. But not that many 150s. All right. Okay, we're going 150. Oh, I used to spend a lot of time on sprinters. Right. We're going with a sprinter. Right. What's the 75 and 62? That's great. Give me 4 of these. Right. Quantity 4. I think you're being overconfident here, but go for it anyway. And you are going on the Los Santos Flyer. All right. Do you want to ride it while it gets there? Yeah, I do too. It's a bit of a nothing episode, this one, because it's a repeat of ideas that we've previously encountered. I've upped us to notch 2 in the old speed, so that we've got. So just so we're not hanging around for too long, right? I know it's a little inauthentic, so just ignore the fact that we are well off the standard acceleration curve, and everything will be fine, baby. Everything will be fine. But look at what we're getting to appreciate here. There's 2 trains in the station, and the other one's giving a high five. That's not exactly where I was going with that. Are we going to get priority, or is it going to give it to this intercity? Give it to the one that makes the money. Yeah. It's not quite a long enough intercity. I think it needs 1, maybe 2 more wagons on there. Coaches. Whatever. And also, your buffet car should be up near first class. And flipped around facing the opposite direction. Oh, anything else? Or you could put first class at the end, and then the yellow stripe would match up. You don't tend to segregate your first classes all that often. Get the green light, get the green light. Come on, come on, come on. We've earned it. We can go. If nothing else, all this queuing that we're having to do to get onto the line in the first place is going to be great for spacing out the trains in the first instance. Right. Hello, you can't ride on this because it's too much for you to handle. Look at the amount of passengers waiting there. That does the soul good. Honk. Feeble. Yeah, never mind. Alright, I'm not entirely sure which route we're taking. I've got a vague idea which route we're going to take to get situated here, but I hope it's a thrilling one. And just because I always hope it's a thrilling one. Honk again. If it's honking, I can't make it out. Well, never mind. Right, what have we got going around? Let's have a look at the train while we're doing it. Oh yeah, I remember these. Oh boy. Yeah, I've ridden a few of these fabulous beasts in the past. They're not that fabulous, but I tell you, when they were first introduced, you'd kind of go, oh, it's dreadfully advanced, isn't it? Well, that or just dreadful. Right, I want to sync the camera. That's pause. Okay, try this. No, this. No, that. No, this. No. But I was lower than this a moment ago. Head back towards the train. Back towards the train. Where are we now? This feels like Asgard. I think it is Asgard. Right. I'm going to jump back on again. Don't worry. Just want to see if we're picking anyone up along the way. First time out. Doubtful. Oh, no. They are mad keen. 33 people are already up for it. I'm filled with vague optimism. Or I'm vaguely filled with optimism. Or I'm optimistically filled with vague. Probably all of these and others too. You see, what I'll do here is I think we'll wall along the side of the track. Actually, not here. Once we get up to about here, we'll wall along the side of the track and lay in roads that work in kind of a parallel fashion so that we can get some nice housing development going alongside there. If we flatten it out, so if we flatten out the embankments either side, look at this bridge, flatten out the embankments a little bit as well, then we shouldn't get jagged edge. Welcome to Alton Towers. We shouldn't get too many buildings cropping up that then create jagged, awful, horrible cliffs. You know, we're not a fan. Honk. Give it up. The honk does nothing good. It doesn't fill you full of glee or generate happiness in any fashion at all. Not in this train. Right, we're in the chuffing enormous tunnel. Getting up to 75, which is our top speed, which isn't so bad. This has come out quite nicely, but it's only come out quite nicely because I'm crow flying it everywhere. And as you well know, you go as the crow flies and the track looks alright. Plenty of passengers waiting though. That's a lot of passengers waiting. I think this track might, or this route might support 5. Hang on. No, it's just taking its sweet time doing a bit of loading unloading. But we're at capacity now. Well, I mean, it's always nice to have a route that's profitable from day one. Yes, that is a heartening feeling. I'm heartened. Oh, as are we all. I reckon we got under there all right. And the other thing about Sprinters, of course, they're diesel. They're not electric at all. They're diesel. So that the overhead electrical equipment is being ruined by a bridge doesn't matter because we don't use electricity. Smooth, and this platform's plenty long enough. Plenty long enough. Okay. Right, good. Emptied it out entirely and getting back on full load. Talk to me about numbers. Down 227 grand. That's not ideal. That's okay. You'd probably incurred over $500,000 by the time you arrived at the first stop. I know I had. I know. So what's your argument? Well, you said probably, as though there was any level of uncertainty involved, and I assure you, there is no uncertainty involved at all. How's this one getting on? It's going to be in a similar... Look, it's $1 million in the hole. Yeah, alright, okay. Well, let's see if this pays off a little bit when you arrive here. Because obviously some people will get off. Yeah, 191,000. It's fine. They once they've paid off their initial lien, they'll be solid. Right, because today has been slightly unimaginative, next time we're going to do something glorious, and because I'll have a bit more time to play with. And I'm going to lay a commitment in now that I'm going to regret having laid in. Okay, here we go. We're going to go from Asgard, obviously, out to Village of the Damned, right? We'll make use of this lifty bridge here. We'll extend beyond Little China and go out to the Village of the Damned and build something really rather majestic out to the end of there. Right, that's not that ambitious. It's going to look lovely, is what we're aiming for. Okay, well, you're just going to use this same double track that you're currently employing and then branch off over here. That's not that flipping... Quiet! And then, in the opposite direction, we'll go Asgard. Yes. Now, if I were to go Emerald City... No, Mountain Range. Okay. Asgard, elevated... Oh, no. Elevated to reach the helicopter. It looks like a plane, but it's a helicopter. Elevated to reach up high enough here so we don't have to do more than a kind of cursory tunnel. Snake our way along the side of this range. Yep. Before coming down, going through this gully. Oh, sure. Leave no decision to be made next time. And then what? Sherma. Sherma would be a good hit. We could do Sherma and then push forward to finish up with a coastal station in Pleasantville. That's what we're going to do next time. That's future me's problem. Yeah, future me can just do one. Yeah. Well, future me's going to be a little bit disappointed that you've gone for that. I've been Colonel Failure. Thank you very much for tuning in today. Apologies again for it being a little on the perfunctory side. Should we just what? I mean, look, I'll set you up here just in case a train happens, but I think it's safe to say that's working. Yeah, working to the extent I could probably afford a couple more trains. Although we are a little thin on passengers this side. What have we got on board? 62. Let's make your profit. Yeah. You know what? I'm going to buy one more. Okay, clone it. There you go. It's done it in a different paint job. Well, that's how you know it's special. Rather like myself. I'll catch up with you next time. Thanks for watching. Cheerio.